First things first, hydration, especially right away in the morning. Every morning I wake up, I take Dunkin' out, and immediately I fill up my water bottle. I feel like we all know it's good to be hydrated. It's just a matter of remembering to drink water and putting in effort to be hydrated and get hydrated. But in the morning, I always think about the fact that, okay, you just went 7, 8, however many hours sleeping without any water. You wouldn't do that normally during the day, right? So it's so important to get out of bed and drink some water. Great for overall health, right? Great for your energy levels and so much more. Drink water first thing in the morning. After I fill my water, I always come sit in the office and do red light. If you watch my vlogs, you know I love red light and I use it every single day. Red light therapy is so good for the skin, but did you know it's also good for your scalp health and your hair? I have been using the Eye Restore Elite. It's the coolest thing and perfect addition. It literally looks like a helmet. You just sit with it on. I have it plugged into the wall right now just because I'm next to an outlet, but it does come with a portable battery pack and a nice carrying case. It's super comfortable. I haven't turned it on yet, obviously, but it has these pads and then you can see the top is all red light. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on because it's not gonna blind you, I promise. Matter of fact, like I can't even really see it unless I really try to look up. Like it's very chill. You don't even notice that it's on. It's super, super powerful. Actually, it's even the most powerful LED hair device on the market. It has a 2,500 megawatt total power output. And if that means nothing to you, it's very, very comparable to in-clinic treatments. When you're doing red light therapy, like you don't want to just go get some cheap light that's just red. You actually have to get one that is powerful and a very high grade in order for it to do anything to you. The light just can't be red. It has to be a specific power. That's when you're going to get the benefit of it with consistent use. The LED and combined lasers really intensely and effectively stimulate hair follicles, which then contributes to hair growth. If you're completely new to red light therapy, basically it's really awesome for the energy of the cell, the mitochondria, etc. And your body is made up of cells, right? Including your scalp. And some people struggle with hair loss. And so using red light therapy on your scalp and trying to improve the overall health of your scalp and literally the cells of your scalp, stimulation and all of your hair follicles, it's going to contribute to growth and just a healthier scalp overall. It is clinically proven, and you only have to use it 12 minutes a day, every day. It's literally so easy too. Whenever I come in here and do red light in the morning, I always just sit, I turn on a podcast. When I get up in the morning, I don't like shoot out of bed and like want to do a million things right away. So it's nice to just sit here and chill and listen to something and let it wake me up. I feel like I'm actually being productive because I'm working on the health of my scalp. You can get thicker, fuller hair in as little as 3 months. It's science-backed and dermatologist recommended. It's also clearly non-invasive. Like it's just so easy. And this is so good for long-term, right? Maybe you don't struggle with hair loss now, but maybe you will in the future. I mean, it affects men, it affects women. I know a lot of women talk about like postpartum hair loss. Like there's so many different phases in your life that might contribute to hair loss. There's full scalp coverage and safety features. This will automatically shut off. There's a timer and everything. A big thank you to Eye Restore for sponsoring this video. Here are some pretty insane differences that the Eye Restore Elite has been able to make in people's lives, and I'm excited to keep you updated on my own. Also, the Elite is FSA and HSA eligible, and there's a 12-month money-back guarantee, which is super great. My code morgreeen will get you $325 off of your order. Click the link in the description box to check it out. Starting my day with protein coffee really helps me get ahead on my protein goal, which we'll talk about that in a little bit. Because of that coffee, I have 23 grams of protein down to start my day, which is exciting. I just put on some activewear because the next habit is strength training. I don't strength train every single day. Of course, like no days off is not good for you, but it is a regular part of my routine and such a healthy habit in my opinion. Building muscle is so important for your body, your overall health, your longevity. It's amazing. And like strength training is just so awesome and I really love it. I'm kind of at a weird point in my program right now where this week has been a little jumbled. So I'm not doing like a full workout today, but I'm gonna go to the gym, do 2 or 3 exercises. It's just gonna make me feel better and get my day going on a great note. I normally use the Alive app by Whitney Simmons, which I love. I've only been consistently weightlifting for just over a year and I'm really happy and proud of it. I need my Ultra Human ring sleeve to protect it because I do wear it in the gym. I am in such a good mood today and honestly I didn't sleep that great last night, so I'm really happy to say that. I'm definitely gonna do some RDLs, so I'm for sure gonna bring my wrist straps. And then we have headphones. Water, of course. Gotta keep up the hydration. Honestly, working out and drinking water go hand in hand. When I work out, I'm so much more likely to be drinking a ton of water. Like, it's just natural. You know, I get thirsty. I get thirsty while I'm doing stuff. So if I work out, which is a great habit, it's easier for me to stay hydrated, which is another great habit. Look at that. I walked down to the gym, did a quick warm up as always, and then I decided to start with some squats. Just a great exercise that works on a bunch of muscles. And then I went into RDLs. I really just love RDLs. I never really work on core, and it's something that I want to start doing. There's not a lot of good places to hang in my gym, so I jumped up to this bar and I was trying to do these ab leg raise things. I honestly don't know what they're called, but it was hard for me to not swing. So any tips, let me know. I'm really new to these. It's literally the first time I'm trying them. I also really want to work on getting a pull-up, and since I can't do one and where I'm hanging here, it's hard to like set up a resistance band as an assistant. So I would jump up and then try to slow myself down to work on like the reverse, you know, and I'm already sore from it. I swear, like that is difficult. It's gonna take me a while to get a pull-up. It was a good workout, just having fun doing whatever I want, honestly, but still good strength training. Feeling good after that. Let's make breakfast. I'm so hungry now. Homemade protein bagels per usual. How many videos have I shown these in? Too many to count, to be quite honest. For breakfast, we have our toasted bagel with some breakfast turkey sausage and some egg salad. This is basically hard-boiled eggs, cottage cheese, a little mayo, salt and pepper, and Dijon mustard. Oh, and dill. I added fresh dill from my countertop herb garden. What a nice breakfast sandwich. So beautiful, homemade. It is my favorite thing to eat after a workout. I have these so often. Depending on how much breakfast sausage and how much of the egg salad, or if I'm doing regular eggs, I'll do eggs mixed with cottage cheese. Depending on how much of that I use, this typically gets me anywhere from like 25 to like 38 grams of protein, which is really awesome. I try to hit like 110 plus grams of protein every day. I love having a protein goal. Not only is it really good for muscle building and maintaining and strength, but also it's satiating. So if you eat more protein, you might want less of other things. Protein and fiber both are really good at kind of like minimizing cravings. I just really believe in prioritizing protein. If I focus on eating more protein and more good foods or like supportive of my goal type foods, I will probably end up eating less of the bad or just like extra foods that may not necessarily support me. And there's a time and place of them always. If I'm out with friends and I want a sweet treat, I'm gonna get it. But prioritizing protein is such a good daily habit. We'll do some electrolytes after a workout and to continue the hydration. And I also take creatine every day. It's a great supplement, so I'm gonna go ahead and add a scoop right into there. Great for muscles, great for brain health, etc. Mix it up. And we got a tasty, fun, beneficial drink. I don't take a lot of supplements, but I do take creatine every day, usually at least one scoop of protein powder. And I like my electrolytes, because why not? And it flavors the drink, so. When you are trying to build muscle and strength train and stuff too, creatine really helps give you like a fuller muscle definition, if that makes sense. It's beneficial for overall health, but it does help with the like aesthetic appearance too, which is a great benefit. So I do take creatine every day. It's also fairly affordable, which is really awesome. And it's a very well-studied supplement, which I love. And now it's time for Duncan's first walk of the day. Treat pouch. Let's get outside and also work towards my step goal. I love you. Mwah. I almost forgot some quick SPF. Protect the skin. We don't want skin cancer. It's like the #1 best thing you can do for your skin is protect it. This is literally SPF 70. So, okay, let's go outside. I love having a step goal because it is important to me to be aware of how much I'm moving throughout the day. I am working on losing some fat right now. I mean, that always really is a goal, but I've been actually extra trying and paying attention to it lately. And the reality is the more you move, the more calories you burn, the more likely you are to burn fat. You know, you do have to be in a calorie deficit if you want to lose fat. And by moving more, you know, you get a little bit more freedom with your nutrition and it's easier to lose fat. Also, by being on top of my walking and just making sure I'm like moving throughout the day, it's so good for my brain. I feel more creative. more energy. Like it's just really beneficial all around. And so I love having a step goal because it reminds me to get up and move throughout the day. After my meals, go on walks, take the dog out, maybe use my walking pad while I'm working on the computer. And I always look at my steps on my Ultra Human ring, which is an awesome tool. That being said, I am doing a cardio challenge right now. So before I shower and get ready for the rest of the day, I'm putting on the Hokas and I'm gonna head to the treadmill for a little bit. I also need a high ponytail for this. I swear it just helps with the sweating. Hopefully my curls at least last a little bit. Who knows what's gonna happen to my hair by the end of the day, but that is okay. That's just what comes along with being active and living somewhere hot. Something that really contributes to me feeling good mentally every day is journaling. Honestly, I kind of treat this as like a to-do list. It really helps me organize my thoughts. I do a massive to-do list, whether it be like work-related tasks or just life tasks, like everything I need to organize my thoughts out and my brain into. And then I'll add a gratitude section because I think it's just really awesome to be thankful for what you have and just remember, you know, like I know I really have so much in this life, and I think the more I remember that, it's so grounding and it's just good for me. And I like to appreciate everything. And then I will add a little manifestation section under that just to remind me of my goals, you know, whether it be a very small goal or a long-term goal. Just keep me grounded and keep me working towards things. And it really just helps me organize my life. When I go too long without this, I end up feeling overwhelmed and I get stressed out and not feeling my best, obviously. So making this a daily habit really, really helps me long term. And you don't have to overcomplicate it, you know, like mine is the majority a to-do list, and I think a to-do list can be great for anyone. Actually, prioritizing having meat with my lunches really helps. I always prep chicken and shred it in the KitchenAid to have it ready to add to things. I've also, if you've been watching the vlogs, been doing a lot of salad kits. Honestly, I'm one person. They're perfect for lunches. It's vegetables. I prepped my own salads before, but like for the price and the calories, honestly, this is great. Like it's really just a great solution. I'll do half in my bowl for today and half in the container for tomorrow. It's perfect. I do wish there was more fiber in this though. I think it's just like the lettuce mixture that it is not very nutritional, I think. I also just genuinely enjoy these, and so it's so fun to have for lunch. And it's a great healthy option instead of like aimlessly snacking. And although this is like a pre-made, pre-assembled thing, it still helps me get in whole foods and vegetables. This one is Garden Lime Crunch. Very, very limey. H-E-B really has the best salad kits. One of the best parts of the day. We are on our second walk of the day with this good boy. 2 walks is great for him. It's great for me. Although it's totally gonna storm. Like the weather is cooling down, the wind is cold, the skies are getting dark. So we were trying to get this in quick before the rain comes. Hi, baby. Look at that good boy. We got in our whole walk with just a few raindrops, which is great. I'm gonna make dinner. I'm making great progress on my step goal and my hydration, because obviously those are things I work on all day. I don't have any like specific plans really for dinner, so I'm just gonna kind of throw some things together. If I don't have a meal planned out, I try to just take some good whole foods or as close as I can get to those and put it together. I'll show you what I'm thinking about for tonight. Is this a perfect dinner? No. But is it all foods with nutritional benefit, protein, a variety, foods that I like and will enjoy to eat? Yes, and that is the goal. I would never ever claim to eat perfect, but my goal lately has been, of course I have a protein goal, but also with everything else, just nutrient-dense foods that make me feel good, that I enjoy, and that I'm gonna benefit from. And I feel like I've been really good about that lately. So I've been really happy with it, and I've been reaping the benefits. So we last minute went and met up with some friends for a little bit. It is Friday, so obviously you're more likely to do things like this on the weekend, but something that contributes to my happiness and me feeling good is saying yes to things and doing things that make me happy. Whether it's putting on an episode of my favorite show, or whether it's going to a dance class throughout the week, or it's seeing my friends on the weekend. Like, we didn't do anything crazy. It's not even that late. I just got home and I'm gonna get ready for bed. But I do think that's a very important part of life is balance, and just having a habit of knowing kind of where you stand with things, prioritizing your health, but also saying yes and getting out there and, you know, making human connection and just doing things that genuinely make you happy. They can involve other people, but they don't have to, you know, like hip hop class I go to on Tuesday nights, there's other people that I'm like dancing with and talking to and socializing, but like also if I wanna spend a night coloring after I eat dinner and wind down for the night because it makes me happy, I'm gonna do it. So I encourage you to do things that make you happy, from anything small to anything big. It's a very important part of life. And now let's get ready for bed. We just walked home, so I am a bit sweaty. I've been wearing a hat, so I got hat hair. I did meet my step goal, which is great. I met my protein goal, which is great. I drink a good amount of water. I'm good on all of those fronts. The last thing that's really important, that really contributes a lot to how I feel day to day, is my sleep. Good sleep. During the weekdays, I am pretty good about winding down for bed at a good time. And honestly, on the weekends, yes, I do things and I'm busier, but I don't typically sleep in too much. So by the end of the day, by the time I get in bed, I am tired. I mentioned before that I'm not always the best with my sleep habits, but lately I have been really awesome. And not only does it do things like regulate your hunger hormones, so you make great decisions in the kitchen the next day, but also obviously it gives you energy. It like heals you at night, and also if you are trying to build muscle and work hard in the gym, you really need that recovery time. So I have been pretty darn good about prioritizing my nighttime routine and getting to bed in a good amount of time. I like to romanticize it. A lot of times I'll do peppermint tea at night. I also have a few tools that I like to use. For example, my Ultra Human ring tells me when to go to bed and how much sleep it thinks I should get, and I use this smart alarm feature. I'm not wearing my ring right now because I just put it on the charger to do my skincare, but to ensure that I wake up after I hit a certain amount of time asleep, because I love to get up early, and when I stay up too late, I shouldn't get up too early, you know? Retinol. Love retinol. A little eye cream. And a good moisturizer. After I'm done with the big lights, I turn on my salt lamp and red light on my nightstand. So this is now the vibe, and I've shown if I'm gonna be up for a little while, I have these red light glasses that I'll wear throughout the apartment, especially if like Keith needs to use big lights in the other rooms or whatever, and they really dim things down and make things all red, which is so good for your body to notice it's nighttime. So I will set the tone for the night like an hour before I wanna get into bed, so my body starts to adjust. My Ultra Human ring also tells me to restrict screen time an hour before going to bed, so all of these things I do think make a big difference in winding down and actually getting to bed, because not too long ago, I've had trouble falling asleep. And I think part of it was kind of like pushing my body a little too far, but also I do think this wind down and actually putting effort into like telling your body, hey, it's bedtime, makes a big difference. So I really try to get in my sleep. That is such a crucial habit. Honestly, probably number one. If you need to improve any of these habits, I would say start with sleep. Any type of movement you can get in, and adding whole foods to your diet, honestly. Are you ready for bed? Hi. Yep, he wants my headband. Oh, here we go. He's not even gonna chew on it, he just wants to steal it. Because it's mine. He likes to steal my things. You're so cute. Be sure to check out the Elite by iRestore. I love red light therapy, and it's so cool to be able to use it on your scalp and for your hair health.